I'm Ryan Salazar with Broadcast Beat with Tina Eckman of Blackmagic Design. How are you, Tina?
I'm great, thank you, Ryan.
Good. So tell us about your Blackmagic Design 2015 NAB show announcement.
Yeah, we have a lot of really exciting products this year, actually. Over 38 new prices on our price sheet. But we're standing right now in front of the 12G deck of products where we really listen to the broadcasters. We know that they're going out to 60p and that we're going to need to address that across our markets. So we've rounded out the rest of our product line with our routers, our switchers, our I/O playout devices, and we've basically made them 12G. So we've got everything from the Ultra Studio Extreme, which is our Uber breakout box that handles, Thunderbolt and 3G, etc. with that one. And then we've got our broadcast ATEM2ME switcher here as well, which is, again, just adding that 21-piece 60 capability that we didn't have in our earlier models.
Wow, I see the Terranex Mini here. Any new news about that? I guess because it's 12G as well.
This is actually one of my favorite new products. It's kind of a crazy one, but a lot of people are very familiar with our converter boxes. And when we went to make that a 12G upgrade, when you're running that large of a file through there, you're starting to heat up those boxes. So we actually changed the form factor of the box itself. And when you look at it, you'll notice that it's about the same size, but it's expanded so that the airflow goes through the product, and we can put cables out of the back. We can stack them on a rack as a threesome. And we also have the ability to put this new extra module on here with the LCD, so no more dip switches only. We've got buttons and LCD. That's a little upgrade to the Mini. It's a beautiful device to sit somewhere as well as be functioning in a rack.
Excellent.
So it's great. But again, you'll see we have quite a list of products on our wall that are now 12G, again, rounding out the workflow and great prices. And you're future-proof. So even if you're not ready for 12G today, you can use the HD versions now in the rack, and then when you are, you've already got everything in place to move forward.
Of course, Blackmagic Design is no stranger to new camera announcements, and of course you've got quite a few this year, right?
Oh boy, do we have cameras this year, actually. So we made quite the splash last year with our Ursa model and building more of a workflow design for multiple people working on the camera. But what we quickly find when we release a product is a lot of feedback from our customers, and we love feedback. So based on that feedback, we came out with Ursa Mini, which is basically a smaller version of our current Ursa. Sensor size is the same, so it's a great 4K sensor, but it's smaller in the sense that you don't have as many of the workstations. Now you have a grip on the side that you can set your record button with. You've still got the same battery support that we had before, 12 gig out, dual C-Fast cards, all that's there. Fly-out screen on the side is 5 inches now, so a little bit smaller, more compact. Naked, without any accessories on it, the camera's 5.5 pounds.
Oh my God.
So much different than the 17-pound Ursa. One of the main differences, though, is actually the original Ursa, we were able to use the user upgradable sensor, which we announced today, actually a 4.6 sensor with 15 stops of dynamic range. Gorgeous sensor. Can't wait to see what people shoot with it.
Wow.
We also will have that model in the Mini. So with either of those cameras, you'll have an option of a 4.0 sensor at 12 stops of dynamic range, or you can buy the 4.6 with the 15 stops. Big Ursa will do up to 120 frames per second as of Friday with a rolling shutter, 60 frames global shutter, which is stellar, and Mini does half, so 60 frames rolling shutter. So that's if you're doing fast motion, those global shutters, which you can do up to 30 frames, are great because you don't get any of the tearing or the artifacts that you get.
Right. Wow, that's amazing. And by the way, we happen to be shooting with the larger Ursa. So you actually phrase it the big Ursa.
That's my personal phrasing. It's kind of evolved over time, Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, whatever it is. But, it's the original Ursa versus the Ursa Mini. And when you see it, it is much smaller and more compact. And it's lighter. It's a lot lighter. But again, the upgradable sensor that we get on the original Ursa, we will not be seeing on the new Mini because of the size is smaller. We can't do that housing exchange. So you'll make a choice between a 4.0 or a 4.6, which is going to future-proof you for a while anyway with that large frame size and those higher speeds.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Tina.
Oh, sure, no problem.